later today.
Governor Newsom issued an updated executive order Saturday expanding California's response to this outbreak. The state can increase health care capacity in clinics and mobile care units.
Meanwhile, New York is on pause. Starting tonight, the governor announcing all non-essential businesses statewide must close in-office work and bans all non-essential gatherings of any size.
And this just into the newsroom. We've just learned Rand Paul of Kentucky is the first United States senator to test positive for coronavirus. He tweeted that in his tweeted that he is asymptomatic and was tested out of an abundance of caution. We're going to have more on this ahead in the next half hour.
And mixed signals from the top members of Congress on whether the two sides can reach a deal on coronavirus legislation. According to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, the Senate still plans to move forward with a vote tomorrow on the more than $1 trillion economic stimulus package. After an hour of talks this morning with top congressional leaders, he said they're still very close to a bipartisan resolution. But ABC News reports Speaker Nancy Pelosi says there is no deal yet. She says Democrats plan to introduce their own stimulus bill.
And promising news in the fight against the coronavirus. The FDA has just approved the first rapid diagnostic test for COVID-19. It can detect the virus in about 45 minutes, a big difference. Bay Area-based Cepheid makes the test and says it expects to start shipping them out next week. This is a significant advancement over current tests, which leaves some patients waiting for days to get those results.
And locally, here are the latest numbers. Los Angeles County reporting 351 cases, 4 deaths so far. In Orange County, there are 78 cases, including a person who was living at UCI's graduate student housing. 30 cases in Riverside County, and another person has died in the Coachella Valley, pushing the death toll there to 5. Ventura County has 26 cases, and in San Bernardino County, there are now 10 cases.
So a lot happening. A new quarantine center is set to open in Southern California for people ordered to isolate because of this virus.
The temporary housing is set at the Sheraton Fairplex Hotel in Pomona. Eyewitness News reporter Leticia Juarez has more for us. Leticia.
Well, I can tell you that the last few guests that are in the Sheraton are just preparing to leave as this campus here just shuts down to the public. That's because the LA County Department of Public Health has entered into an agreement that will allow patients who have been ordered to either isolate or quarantine themselves due to the coronavirus to stay here as a medical center. Now, starting tomorrow, this will open. Public Health will begin sending people to the Sheraton at the Fairplex in Pomona. Officials say that the goal is to allow people who have been told to isolate themselves to do so safely without having to admit them from hospitals, and that will help not to overwhelm local hospitals with mild and moderate cases and keep those most valuable beds available to the sickest patients. Now, Public Health says during their stay, patients will receive care to help them recover here. The agreement allows for the county to use the hotel starting tomorrow until May 31st with a potential 4-week extension. In addition, the Fairplex Child Development Center will open its doors to the children of healthcare workers and first responders who are working during this health crisis. The 500-acre campus is close to the public, but as I mentioned, a few guests remain before they check out. And we also spoke to one hotel guest who was reluctant to leave today.
It is the most sanitary place right now to me.
You kind of want to stay.
I would love to stay right here because look at the parking lot's like empty. Everybody keeps to themselves around here, and everyone's just already, kind of staying in their place. And so when you walk in there, it's clean.
Now, the Fairplex here, which is home to the LA County Fair, will also operate a drive-through food pantry for residents in the area. That food pantry will act as a drive-through in which folks can open their trunk and food will be placed securely and safely into their trunk of their vehicles. You do have to be a resident. That drive-through operation will begin on the first and third Wednesday of the month, and it goes from about 9 until 1 in the afternoon. An ID will be required. Reporting live here in Pomona, Leticia Juarez, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Leticia, thanks for that report. Meanwhile, Southland residents took advantage of the nice weather yesterday on the first safer at home weekend.
But are people honoring proper social distancing guidelines? Eyewitness News reporter Elena Gomez live in Santa Monica with this story.
Good morning. Well, all morning long, I've noticed that people have been maintaining that distance while here at the Santa Monica beach, but it's not that crowded it just yet, although just along the boardwalk here that I'm looking at, there are more people coming out to ride bikes and go running, and I am seeing it getting a little more crowded, and that's what we saw yesterday as well. It was nice weather. It was the first weekend since this stay-at-home order, and we have this video to show you of what it looked like at Griffith Park yesterday. A lot of people trying to enjoy the fresh air and go outside for a hike, but not a lot of space for that social distancing. Under Governor Newsom's safer at home order, which orders Californians to stay at home, the order doesn't prohibit people from going outside or shopping at a grocery store or getting restaurant takeout, but people are asked to stay 6 feet from each other while outside of the home. And in some cases, like you just saw in Griffith Park, also in Santa Monica, you can see the social distancing recommendations didn't seem to be completely followed. In the meantime, we know here at the LA Department of Public Health, they did send out a revised safer at home order yesterday to comply with Governor Gavin Newsom's executive order. This revised order also prohibits all public and private group events within LA County public health jurisdiction. That's until April 19th. And we talked to some people out here this morning to see how families are going to be enjoying the rest of the weekend while under this order.
Probably stay inside, read.
After we got some studying to do, so probably just be reading.
We're just coming to the beach, just keeping our distance from people and taking our time and enjoying the sunshine.
And just a couple minutes ago, I actually ran into the city manager here of Santa Monica, Rick Cole, and he said that he stopped by to see how the crowds were here this morning. He said he's really just trying to discourage people from coming to the beach. Some ways that they've started to do that is obviously closing down the pier here. They also said that they took out the volleyball court nets to avoid people from being in large groups together. In Santa Monica, Elena Gomez, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Elena, thanks. We should point out married couples don't have to maintain